Okay.
All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our meeting about students camera action. In today's conversation, we're joined by me, Alex. I'm in South Korea, Jules in Australia, and Tom, who is in Vietnam. And what we're talking about today is how we're going to be structuring our episodes down the line. So actually, we're working asynchronously on all of the different episodes that we have coming up. And what we're just talking about is how we're going to be thematically organizing our episodes. So in the past, we had organized things specifically based off of SDGs, but now we're looking at maybe organizing episodes based around a theme that can be influenced by several SDGs simultaneously. So for example, we're working on gender equality as one of our SDGs that Tom is interested in, and that episode's theme could be women's rights. So
that ties in to Finland. Sorry, that ties into the Finnish school, Larka and Gymnasiet, who are very much interested in participating in that. And for anybody listening, you may actually find that you want to participate too. So it's a case of going onto the website, going into the expressions of interest form, and just nominating which SDGs you're interested in and what themes you're interested in. So that way we can actually collate and contact you.
Yeah. I think the way that I'm thinking about the SDGs is kind of like their standards in education when you're doing your unit planning, or concepts if you're teaching in an IB school. So these are really broad things, and oftentimes, like a Venn diagram, they overlap with one another. So for our episode about women's rights, that might include peace and justice, that might include gender equality, that might include quality education, and it could actually cover several different things and touch on them simultaneously. So we're going to make a slight shift to where the episode has a theme, and it's going to actually be addressing overlapping SDGs within it.
And it also allows us to come back and revisit as well. And I think that's important. And for those who aren't able to be in this meeting, you can see now that we're becoming a little bit more flexible about how we approach this. So the idea is that we share a Google Drive, and we put our information in there, and we can actually build together, because that whole collaboration is really important.
Yeah. Let's go over to Tom, and could you share with us a little bit about what we had talked about just before we started recording this portion of the call? You were talking about how you were working on a unit with your sixth graders, and how you might be able to make a curricular tie-in with one of our upcoming episodes, women's rights. Can you talk a little bit about how you might tie that in with what you guys are doing in your school?
Absolutely. So it's exciting this year for our grade 6 students, because they actually wanted to start their own school news team. So already we've got students who are enthusiastic about sharing news from around the world and talking about their own community. And then our next unit, we're looking at a story about a little girl from Pakistan, and it's all about indentured slavery. I've actually got my daughter spraying me right now. If you're wondering why it's hard to concentrate. Sorry. Hey, Christina, it's good you're having fun there. She's watering Daddy on a Sunday afternoon. So we're looking at that unit, and part of our focus is through the lens of the sustainable goals. So I think, yeah, we'd love to help to give the students a platform to talk about these issues as we're talking about the novel, and also they could be creating their own news stories about that, and perhaps looking at what's happening in Vietnam as well.
It's interesting. A book I've just been working with is Trash by Andy Mulligan. Hello, Christina.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, and that's based in Manila.
This is Christina here.
Hello, Christina.
I'm worried about my laptop here. Sorry, yes. So it's called Trash?
It's called Trash, and it's basically about dump children and the conditions they live in, and the fact they're treated like trash, and by the government as well, through the corruption. So it's actually a very confronting book, and I've been doing that with my grade 7s. So the wonderful thing about this project is that we can support not only the video, but we can also throw in any teaching resources that support each little video. For example, as you'll have seen with the first episode, there are some general capabilities activities there, but it'd be really good because we could actually end up with a bank of resources about different novels, different docos, different situations that support. And I think that's a really exciting thing.
Could I also jump in there? So COVID has also given us not just challenges and a lot of tragedy, but also has given us a lot of gifts. And one of those things is the world now knows how to use Zoom and Google Meet. We now know how to use teleconferences like this, and it's not an issue. So I think there's also an opportunity for kids from my school, or Jules, if you or your students were interested in connecting with Tom's students or any of the other schools watching this video recording right now, we'd be very happy to talk to your students about what they're doing and help them to make connections. It can be very motivating for students to connect with other students from other countries rather than always being their own community. So it can be kind of exciting. So making it feel authentic and real. Hi, Christina. If we're able to connect with others. So
I did that this year with the St. Mark's in New Delhi, which was one of the schools in the first episode. And the students have really responded well to that. So, yay. So I think that's an excellent idea. And on top of that, in the early stages, for them to talk to us as well could be fun, because they then can tell us some of their ideas and we can give them some backup, and sometimes coming from somebody else other than the teacher, that can actually be quite entertaining.
Can you imagine if Tom's sixth graders got on a Zoom call at the beginning of the unit and they got to meet to people in other countries? Hi, we run a YouTube channel and we want you to help us create a program for our YouTube channel with students from around the world. The kids are going to be so excited, and I think that's a great way to get them involved. Wait, my work is going to be publicly seen. People around the world want to see it and are waiting for me. I get to have an important call with others. It's, I think, very exciting. I feel excited.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just thinking about that idea. I
Me too. Sounds great.
Yeah,
it does. We just need to make sure we have permissions for talent releases. That's the only thing.
I saw that. Yeah. It's a very strict. Oh, I better go. Sorry.
Go. Falling over.
I'll stop recording here.
Okay? So, good. And so I just want to say a shout out to Justin and to Moo, and to anybody else who's listening. We look forward to working with you and Anna in Finland, and great seeing you again, Alex.
Yeah, it's good seeing you. So right after this call ends, what we're going to do is head to our website and we're going to update our episodes to have a title. And then underneath them, you might notice a couple SDGs that might be relevant to that theme. So any of the schools that have expressed interest, this is not really a change. We're trying to accommodate you and other schools to also fit into the same theme. And so we're very flexible. And if this does impact you or your students in any way, please do reach out. We're happy to hear you out and to make any accommodations necessary. But hopefully this encourages more participation. All right, well, do stay in touch. And I think there's Christina. Everyone's back. So we're going to stop recording our video here. Yeah. Can you wave for us, Christina?
Christina, give us a wave, darling.
Wave. Bye-bye.
You were waving before behind you. There you go.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
Lovely.